Hi everyone, this is Tracy Dolphin from the Oklahoma City Zoo. I am the curator of Hoofstock, and as you can see, we are here today inside our alpaca habitat for the OKC Zoo Two. This is our new digital series, and we are here to connect you to the zoo and to our animals through some pretty uncertain times. And what we hope is that today we bring some wild wonder to you. So starting off, I kind of like to introduce the alpaca family to you. So eating from me right now is our oldest alpaca. Her name is Gabrielle, or Gabby for short, and she weighs in at about 150 pounds. Right here next to me, and you're gonna know from her name, is Eyed Pea. She is actually 10 years old, and she weighs in at about 125 pounds. Our smallest female off to the side here, her name is Gazelle. She is only 7 years old, although she's a full adult, and that's her size. She weighs in at about 115 pounds. Off in our back is going to be our biggest alpaca. Her name is Emma, and she is also 10 years old, but she weighs in at 170 pounds. Now the alpaca in the back, that is grazing. He is our only male out in the yard. His name is Hi-Ho Silver. He is 11 years old, and he actually weighs 115 pounds. So as you can see, our alpacas are enjoying one of their favorite treats, and this is actually the grain that we feed them every single day. And they're gonna get a little up close and personal with us today.
It's okay, I think our fans really like that.
So Tracy, are alpaca related to llamas in any way?
They actually are. So alpaca, llamas, guanacos, vicuña, and camels are all in the same family. However, we're gonna find the alpacas and the llamas in South America, along with the vicuña and the guanacos. Now, one thing to mention is both alpacas here and llamas are actually domesticated. So you're not gonna find any wild alpacas in South America. Their wild ancestors would be the vicuña. But one question I get all the time is, how do you tell an alpaca from a llama?
Oh,
So
that is great.
we will point out some features. The first one is size. As you can see, our alpaca, they kind of stand about 3 feet tall at the shoulders. The llamas are going to be much bigger, almost double in size. And also, if you look at their face, the alpaca has a shorter face, where llamas are going to have longer faces. And then even these ears, they may look like they have a big ear, but those llamas are going to have banana-shaped ears as well. So those are the two differences that you can tell alpacas from llamas. We're going to see if Emma's going to eat for us. She's going to be brave. She keeps getting pushed off.
So their fur is really, it's almost curly, like pretty thick and curly.
It is. Actually, alpacas, like I said, were domesticated about 6,000 years ago. And through breeding, alpacas have this really great fleece. It's actually hypoallergenic, and it's water resistant as well. So alpacas are not going to shed this, we're going to shear it like a sheep. So come April, they're going to look a little bit different after they get sheared. So our girls will produce about 5 pounds of fleece, and our boy about 8 pounds of fleece.
And is that fleece used for any kind of enrichment for our other animals?
It is. Great question. We will take some of it, and we will use it for putting it in other animals' habitats, like our big cats, even some of our other hoofstock, like giraffe or okapi. It gives them a different smell, kind of makes their habitat a little bit more interesting as well. And I think Eyed Pea is going to take all the food here.
How would you describe the attitude of alpaca?
For the most part, and when we compare all the camelids, pretty laid back. They're very easy to work with, but one thing for alpacas is they're very social animals, so they need to be kept in a herd. So that's why we have 5 here at the zoo. You can see when one reacts to something, the herd actually reacts. Just before we went on, one of our females saw an okapi, and they're just getting used to the yard and they're getting used to all the animals around you. And so she actually let out an alarm call, which is a really high-pitched kind of twirling sound, and all the alpacas stopped what they were doing and they paid attention. So because they live in that herd, they're going to look out for each other.
And when did the girls join the alpaca herd?
When did the girls join? So they came at the beginning of March. So this is really relatively new. Hi-Ho Silver then came over, so that we have just 1 male and our 4 females.
We have a question from one of our Facebook viewers. What country do alpaca come from?
They come from South America. So they were actually domesticated about 6,000 years ago in Peru. Now, since they've been domesticated, they actually live all over South America, not in the wild, under human care, as well as in the United States as well.
And then one of our Instagram viewers wanted to know, what's the average weight of an adult alpaca?
So the average weight, they're going to range anywhere from about 115 to about 190 pounds. And we kind of see that within our herd. We have a variety of sizes and colors.
And one of the most common questions that we've received is, why do alpacas spit?
Great question. And with any animal, it's a form of communication, and it's really a form of communication between the alpacas. So if someone is being inappropriate, and you're probably going to see a little bit of this right now, is they have their personal space, and if someone invades that personal space or gets more food than the other one, they start doing body language and letting the other alpaca know that they want them to stop. And there you go. That's exactly on cue. And it's really between the alpacas. And it's just their form of saying, can you please stop right now? So I do get the question of, have I gotten spit on? And I'm gonna say yes, but it wasn't directed at me. I just happened to be in the middle of it, as I was right now.
Oh, okay.
What other kind of vocalizations do they make to each other?
So the big one is not so much the sounds, but just body language, visual communication. So we did hear the alarm call. We do know about the spitting. Another thing that alpacas might do is they might start to hum, and that's when they're a little uncertain about their surroundings or what's going on. They might start to hum as well.
And what else do alpaca eat besides that grain that you have there?
So alpacas are going to eat vegetation, mainly grass. So here at the zoo, if you look around, they are actually in a 6-acre habitat. So they have the choice to walk around and eat all the grass that they want, but we also feed them grass, hay as well. So alpacas are going to eat about, these guys, about 2 to 2.5 pounds per day of the grass or the hay.
And something too, Tracy, about this habitat yard, this is our Centennial Choo-Choo goes through here.
Absolutely. So when you come visit and you come and ride the train, it actually goes right through this habitat, so you can get up close and personal with our alpacas as well.
It's awesome.
We have a really great question from Evie. She would like to know, why are there different color of alpaca?
Why are there different colors of alpaca? So as I said, alpacas are domesticated, so they're actually bred for the different colors. So it's to reflect what humans want to have with the alpacas and the different types of fleece.
Great question, Evie.
Great questions.
So prior to starting this Facebook Live and Instagram Live, we asked for questions from our followers. So I'm going to go ahead and ask those now.
Absolutely.
So another really common question we've received are alpaca good pets? Are they friendly pets? And that's from @Cassie B. Johnson.
So because they're domesticated, they can be good pets, but a couple things to remember. One is that you're not going to have an alpaca in the apartment. So they would need land, and they also cannot live alone because they're very social animals. So you want to make sure that you have a herd of alpacas that live, and then you want to make sure that how you handle them and make them good pets just to be around as well.
And are they a lot like llamas?
They're smaller than llamas. Different personalities. They're a little bit more laid back than llamas, but really it depends on the individual animal.
Our next question is from Barb Dalton. She asked, what is the typical lifespan of an alpaca?
Great question. It is about 15 to 20 years.
And can you talk about, again, what the range of age is for our herd?
Sure. So we have Gabrielle right here, or Gabby. She's going to be our oldest at 12. Gazelle is 7. She's our youngest. We have Hi-Ho Silver, who is rubbing his head in the grass. He is 11 years old. Eyed Pea and Emma are both 10 years old.
And how soft is their wool?
It is extremely soft and very, very dense. This is what they were bred for, and this is what they are kind of used for, is to provide that fleece.
How long is the gestation period for alpaca?
It is about 11 to 12 months.
And do we have a breeding pair here at the zoo?
We do not. So even though we have a male and a female, we will not be having babies here.
How many alpaca can we have at one time in this habitat?
This habitat's quite large. We could certainly have more, but we are going to stick with the one boy and 4 girls.
And I'm going to take our last question from our Facebook viewers. Ember, who's 6 years old, would like to know, why do they have so much fur?
Why do they have so much fur? Great question. That is their fleece, and that's what they are bred for. They use that fleece and they can turn it into garments, much like what sheep wool is for.
Okay, we had an Instagram viewer who just got tuned in live with us, and they were asking one more time, what is everybody's names?
What is everybody's names? Great question. We're going to start from the back.
Okay.
The tallest brown one is Emma. The one right in front of her with the black eyes is Eyed Pea. Our smallest is Gazelle. The one laying down is Hi-Ho Silver. And the one who has stayed with me is Gabrielle, or Gabby.
Awesome. Okay.
We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in. We certainly appreciate the enthusiasm, all the questions we received. Unfortunately, it would take a very long time to answer all of the questions, though we did try our very best. We encourage you to continue to follow our alpaca on social media. Tomorrow, we are going live with a cassowary at Sanctuary Asia for the next OKC Zoo at 2 segment. So for now, we're going to say goodbye, and we truly appreciate you tuning in and meeting our alpaca.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.